Right before I started your message, Cancer, I started hearing yapping. Okay? We'll get back to that though, Cancer. Because I don't know if you're the one that's doing the yapping or you're listening to somebody fucking yap. Alright? We're tapping into a bonus message for Cancer. If it does resonate, guys, please let me know in the comments. Make sure that you like it and subscribe if you're new here. Also, I am on YouTube, okay? And only TikTok. So if you see anybody else with Mercy the Soothsayer, it's not me. Okay, my tag is strictly Mercy the Soothsayer. Alright, your first card is Antenna. Okay. With Antenna, you guys are spiritually aware right now. With the antenna is something with your crown chakra. Okay, my nose is starting to itch. It's like you're picking up on frequencies right now, people's energy. Okay, my whole face is tingling. Oh my god. You're picking up on energies right before you walk in a room. Radio waves, sound waves, something like that could be significant. Okay, when you are, this happens to me sometimes too. Okay, so let me just share something. Like if I walk in a room, for example, I can feel the shift on the ground, especially if it's like not, especially when it's not all flat. Okay, there's something about you walking around and you're picking up on frequencies that could be changing or imbalanced in some way where you're like, wait, hold on, I know I stepped on the floorboard, but is that energy or is something just imbalanced where it needs to be fixed? Okay, I don't know why that's relevant for me to say that, but me personally, I've gone through that in the past where I had to question what I was feeling. You could be feeling certain frequencies where you're like, wait, is that mine or is that the ground? Where is that frequency or that energy coming from? There's something with that. Confirmation. It's also a reminder to make sure that you are covering your head, especially if you are sensitive to energy, okay? Especially your crown, okay? Make sure that you're covering it when you are feeling very vulnerable or sensitive to energy, okay? Because with the antenna in our crown, you could be visited by certain entities, okay? Organizations, it could be all different types of like watchers, for example, where they could be monitoring you and you just want to make sure that you're protecting your crown if you do feel a little off, okay? Because they could be, people could be, you might not notice these things, but you could be feeling like somebody's trying to tap into your aura, and that could be it. All right, so that's just, I needed to say that for some reason, okay? Because somebody's energy could be very sensitive right now. You could be feeling very confused at times. Cancer, cut it out. All right, illusions. Okay, so we have illusions. I don't know what I wrote on this paper. I wrote this soul a little bit ago. Illusions. Okay. Illusions lifted. I put lift. Somebody actually might be a Lyft driver. Okay. Anyways, whatever. So there's certain illusions that was placed upon your little eyes, Cancer, that either people put on you or you put on yourself in Cancer. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this illusion was put on by you yourself. And that, listen, don't feel bad. Okay? I'm talking here to a Cancer that might not be aware that they place their own illusions on themselves. And it does happen, when, especially if you're underneath a spiritual psychosis, which it takes many years for people to get out of. And sometimes people don't even get out of it. When you're going through a spiritual upgrade or you're leveling up in some way spiritually, spiritual psychosis is real to the point where you can create your own illusions, but it's like it's an illusion, but it's not an illusion, if you get what I'm saying. Whatever, there was a heavy ass illusion that Either you placed on yourself or somebody placed on you in the past, and it's being lifted. Okay? And as it's being lifted slowly, you're going to find partners again. Somebody that you really connect with. I see like a romantic partnership that could be coming in the future. And it's also going to bring you clarity when it comes to money and your abundance. Who is outside driving that pathetic little thing? Somebody just, you might be thinking about getting a motorcycle, or like, I don't know, something with motorcycles could be significant. You might be testing out one. Somebody's outside testing out one. If you don't turn that off while I'm doing this video, I might have to close the window. Because these people is really out here. Cancer, I feel like you've been going through some chaotic shit during this month. Because I've been trying to get this video out. Oh, here goes another one. It's like a meetup. You might be meeting up with friends this month, okay? I don't know if you ride motorcycles or whatnot. Let me pause this for a second. All right, that was annoying. Jeez. And then somebody else came in the park. They driving around the kids' park. Go on the fucking road. Anyways. So yeah. Illusions are being lifted. You're seeing things clearly now. Okay? Thank God, Cancer. Not all of you. Some of you are still underneath some type of like illusion, but something is being lifted slowly. Okay, Cancer, where you're starting to understand why things are happening and what you're going through. Okay? Stop thinking that I feel like it's very heavy on you put your own illusion on yourself, Cancer. All right? No longer accepting bare minimum. As the illusions are all crumbling down, Cancer, you're no longer accepting the bare minimum when it comes to family members, friends, associates, co-workers, whatever the case is. You're no longer accepting the bare fucking minimum, because me and you both know. Listen, with these people be trying to give people out. People will try to give out the most breadcrumbing behavior. Okay. You don't have time for that. Cancers don't have time for breadcrumbing behavior unless they're the ones that's breadcrumbing. All right, because I've met some low vibrational cancers. The person that I truly ever fucking loved before was a cancer, and he ended up breaking my heart. He breadcrumbed the shit out of me, all right? I think he was a cancer. As far as I know, he was a cancer. Whatever. But listen, you're no longer accepting bare minimum behavior. And that goes in all aspects of your life. Shitty ass jobs, people, whatever. Because you know that you deserve better than what people give you, Cancer. Because y'all, as much as people like to talk shit about cancers, y'all really do have a big heart, okay? Anyways, what else for Cancer? What else do y'all need to know for this month? Like for your bonus, I'm being guided to do what lies beneath. Anything's gonna come out. If you don't like this message, or if it gets a little weird, click off the video, because my shit gets a little deep, okay? What else does Cancers need to know for this month? For the end of this month, for their bonus message, Spirit. What does Cancers need to know for their bonus message? What else? What else? What else does my Cancers need to know? Don't want to hear it. Listen, like I said, somebody's yapping. Cancer, you're really tired of hearing somebody's fucking drama and nonsense. Like, this could be a family member or a friend. This person always has issues. And I feel like I'm talking to a Cancer that is tired of the same rodeo when it comes to a specific person. This person could be a feminine, okay? This person gives you a lot of stress and headaches, Cancer. Because, and then on top of that, they try to fuck with your emotional intelligence when you're the intelligent one here. This person is, I'm not trying to make fun of them or down them, but this is the individual that thinks that they can lie to you and say whatever and get their way, and you're no longer tolerating their bullshit. You can smell that they're lying from a mile away, and this is a person that may have fooled you in the past, but it's a hell fucking no to a Cancer now. You can see right through this person. You might as well go play with somebody that's safe when it comes to Cancer, trying to test their fucking intelligence. And like I said, I'm not trying to be rude when it comes to this person, but this individual, I feel like you can ask them, like, oh, well, why did that happen? What happened to you? Why are you in this predicament? This person can't even be upfront and real with you of what's going on in their life, why, and where they are right now. Okay, this person could be going through hardship or a hard time, maybe asking to borrow some money, and you're not even the type, Cancer, to get upset or feel away when it comes to somebody being real with you because they being real. But what Cancers do have a problem with is somebody lying and not being straight up when it doesn't need to be a flunky ass lie. Okay, somebody likes to mess with somebody's emotional intelligence, and you're not fucking dumb. You weren't born yesterday. Okay? Second time I keep seeing this, keeping you a secret. I don't think somebody's trying to keep you a secret, Cancer. I feel like this person has a lot of secrets. Whoever this individual is, where you're tired of hearing the same old nonsense, because it's somebody that's yapping. This person talks a lot. Yap, 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 yap. You're so tired of drama because you have your own shit that's going on right now that you need to focus on personally. To be listening to somebody yapping, at least if you're gonna yap, at least tell the truth. This person, you know, is not telling you the full story when it comes to their life. And this person has a lot of secrets. They do. If they can't keep it real with you, what makes it, like, if they can't even keep it real with what they're actually going through, you're not gonna be able to trust shit that comes out of this person's mouth. Okay? Who is this person? Okay? That Cancer is tired of hearing the same old fucking shit when it comes to something. It's a feminine, okay? If you're a masculine, it's a girl. It's a feminine. If you're a feminine, this is a woman or a feminine, okay? Wherever you want to put it. This individual has a lot of fucking secrets. And I feel like there's no need for this person to even be lying, because you are very, like, you're somebody that understands Cancer, okay? Understandable. Somebody just got a haircut. I don't know. That's random. You might be getting a haircut this weekend. Or maybe you did. Somebody's looking real fly. Alright? Anyways. You got the Strength card in the reverse. Then you got the Five of Cups in the reverse. I feel like you're at a point in your life right now, Cancer, where it's like, whoever is like really trying to fuck with your emotions right now, it's been taking you a little bit of time to get back to a good emotional state of mind, okay? With the Strength card being in the reverse, ooh, I didn't realize there was another card underneath that. Okay, with the Strength card being in the reverse, you've went back and forth with an individual, a specific person, so many times where it has drained you completely. Where if this person comes to you with issues, you're well aware how draining that this person can be, where you now have to put up a guard when it comes to how you deal with them. Because 444, you could be seeing 444, but that is confirmation in some way that You had a struggle with being honest with how you felt about the situation with this person, because they come with a lot of baggage, but it started mentally draining you physically as well. Mentally, physically, spiritually, you started feeling drained. Okay? And you don't want to carry that energy. You're done with like feeling that way. Okay? You could be, with the Five of Cups being here, you've accepted that somebody may always be like this. And if that's not the case, you've accepted and you're finding peace with leaving a certain situation the way that it is. Okay? You love this person. You care about them, whether that's a family member, friend, coworker, whoever this individual is. They've been in your life for a little bit of time, but it's at a point in time where it's like, it's time to make myself happy instead of making everybody else happy. Because you could have given this person advice after advice and told them a million times of your thoughts of how they can make their life better or their situation different. And it's the same old rodeo with this, how they deal with themselves. Okay, this is an individual that can't even help themselves. So why bother even putting your effort into a situation that's not changing with them? And with you doing that, Cancer, you got the Nine of Cups here in the upright. That's you going back to feeling stable emotionally, where somebody is no longer able to tap into your energy, make you feel conflicted, confuse your mind, wondering if one day you're going to receive a text being cursed out, one day you're getting yelled at for no reason, getting trampled on, whether you got to question if somebody's lying or not. Like, you're very happy right now with the state that you're in right now because you're focusing on your own well-being. Okay? But at some point, you had a very hard time with this, and it may have been something that you struggled with this month. Whether you care about somebody here. It could be somebody with water placements or fire placements. It could be an air sign. Doesn't even matter. Signs don't matter, by the way, okay, when we do tarot, because we could all be walking in different energy. Okay? I'm a Scorpio, but you won't ever see me pop up in a Scorpio reading unless it's really potent and prominent of something that's going on. Okay? We all have different placements. And it could be in the reverse. Okay? But you're getting your confidence back where you're able to speak your mind. Because maybe you've been holding things inside where you weren't really being honest with this person. Like, listen, you're pissing me off. Or, I can't deal with this no more when it comes to. You're being straight up with an individual that you're tired of hearing some drama or some bullshit. And this person might not like it. They may feel like you're an enemy. But what can you do when somebody is not willing to change their own circumstances? There's something with circumstances where this person can change their own circumstance and their own well-being and what they're going through. But no matter how many times you try to help this person, they're not changing. It's the same rodeo show with this person. You're so fucking tired of it. Okay? With the Six of Swords being here, you're making a change when it comes to how you're dealing with people from now on. Okay? I feel like as we're getting out of May and going into June, you're going to walk into June with more logical decisions where you think before you respond possibly to this person or just anybody in that matter. Okay? Something was very specific with that message here. Okay? Because like I said, something has to do with yapping. Somebody holds a lot of secrets here. They're not being honest. You know that something is missing when it comes to their story. But guess what? It's about you now, Cancer. Nobody else. You worry about yourself and your own issues. Somebody wants you to carry their issues for